Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Fall River Housing Authority regular session. It's Monday, August 14th, 2023, and it is 4:35 p.m. Attorney Souza, the open meeting law, please.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. The language for the open meeting law is as follows. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or a video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived, by those present and are deemed acknowledged and permissible.
Thank you. Martha, roll call.
Chairwoman Sahadi.
Here.
Vice Chairman Underhill.
Here.
Commissioner Burns.
Here.
Commissioner Bentley.
Here.
Commissioner Maderas.
Here.
Thank you. The first item on the agenda is citizens' input. Do I see any citizens' input this evening? Seeing none. Residents' input? Ed?
Thank you, Mary. Just a couple of quick things. First is we're planning to have a couple of elections, one at Mitchell Apartments and the other one at Cardinal Madeira sometime in the next 3 or 4 months. And we started soup delivery again. Blount started to bring it over. We've done Cardinal and Mitchell for soup delivery. Monica Souza is now the, what's the agency there, Kevin? No. The agency that's at Mitchell.
CDA?
No, the
Crystal
agency at Mitchell.
Elders?
Thank you. Yes. She's been working for them, so she's been doing the distribution for us there. And we've been working with her and getting some things for the residents. On that, it's quiet. It's summer.
I
But
know.
winter is coming.
Winter's coming. It won't be long.
Madam Chairwoman, I'd like to say something on behalf of the residents.
Sure.
Last Friday, we had the employee cookout at Oak Village. It was quite a good turnout. It was a good time had by all, and I just wanted to, I know Mr. Spadella has already acknowledged Joey De Silva, but I wanted to do it from a commissioner's standpoint, that he does a great job, him and his top aide there, Kelsey, I believe her name is, and all the kids that work with him. They do a fantastic job, and I got to see it firsthand because they did it at the development where I'm now living, and I see how much work goes into it from start to finish. So
Good.
I
Excellent.
just wanted to acknowledge it.
Thank you. They do a great job, you're correct. Item 2 is the minutes of the regular meeting held on July 10th, 2023, and the executive session minutes from February 13th, 2023 through June 12th, 2023. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
Motion to accept the minutes.
Second.
Any questions with regard to the minutes as presented? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
The next item is bills and communications. You have the vouchers in your packet. Do you have a motion to accept the vouchers?
I make a motion to accept the vouchers.
Second.
Any questions with regard to the vouchers? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Next item are the management reports. You have the 8 reports included in your packet. Report number 1 is the applications. 2 is the occupancy reports. 3 is the tenant accounts receivable report. 4 is the work order report. 5 is the monthly Section 8 voucher activity report. 6 is the monthly personnel count report. 7 is the Director of Modernization's monthly report. And 8 is the bond investment, the bank investment and bond debt balance report. Do I have a motion to accept the reports as presented?
Motion to accept management reports as presented. Second.
Any questions with regard to any of these reports? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
The next item is the financial report from the Director of Finance. You have in the packet, your 3 months ended June 30, 2023 reports.
Motion to accept the monthly financial statements.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions with regard to these reports? In essence, you have the operating statement for each of our units, our programs. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Item B is the state quarterly modernization report. It's also for the period ended June 30, 2023. That is also included in your packet.
Make a motion to accept the report, the state quarterly modernization report.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions or concerns with regard to this report? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Item 6 is an update from our executive director.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman, fellow commissioners. A few items just to update you on. Last month, Maria Fonso from Section 8 Department, Attorney Souza, and we attended the Fall River Landlord Association meeting at the Townhouse Restaurant. It was a good way to meet and greet and network with some of the landlords and communicate our program to them and try to recruit. There was a question and answer period. Marie Afonso did a great job answering questions regarding the program. Attorney Souza, awesome job with some of the legal questions that came up from some of the landlords. So it was a good way to meet and put a face with some of the landlords and hopefully get them to participate more on our program. We kind of cleared up some of the misnomers about our program, so I thought it went very well. So thank you to Attorney Souza and Maria Fonso. On Section 8, yearly we get rated. It's called CMAP, Section 8 Management. It's a assessment preview. It's another acronym that HUD uses, so I may be mistaken on what it means, but we did get a score of 97%, so kudos to Kerry Farias and Maria Fonso and their team in that department. We traditionally do very well there, and this year was no different. So 97 puts you in the high performance percentile, so I wanted to thank them. We had some changes to our internal sick leave bank. It's all volunteer, so it has nothing to do with the union or the administration. It's been in existence for quite some time, back when Tom Collins was the executive director. He originated it, and we had some changes. They meet monthly or quarterly. I think there's about 33 members. There's a committee of a representative from each unit and a non-union member, and they vote on changes and who gets additional sick leave if it's requested. But just for informational purposes, we have the policy if anybody wants to review it, but nothing, no formal votes or anything like that. And the last thing I have, just to echo on what Commissioner Underhill had said earlier, we had our employee appreciation cookout this past Friday. Thought it went really well. Joey did a great job. The music, the weather, everybody seemed in good spirits. It was a good way for co-workers to catch up with each other that don't work in the same departments and socialize a bit. So I thought it went really well. And that's all I have for this month.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
Any questions? Okay, moving on to new business. The first item is modernization. Item A is the change order number 2 for the roof replacement and roof penthouse balcony repairs at the George H. Cartel Heights. This change order number 2 is a credit in the amount of $23,358.36 to the contract, and it also changes the contract duration by an increase of 168 days. Do I have a motion to approve change order number 2?
Motion to approve change order number 2.
Second.
Any questions with regard to this specific change order?
Just to confirm, if I may, that is
Sure.
a credit, and it is an extension. The days to get it done is an increase.
So, yes, that would appear to be
Just making
correct. It's a
sure.
decrease in the amount of the contract and an increase in the number of days.
So just to clarify, the credit, when we do these roofs, these flat roofs systems, we usually replace the pressure-treated blocking along the parapet walls, and it was in very good condition, so there was no need. So one, the schedule of value in the contract equaled around that, so that's a credit. The additional days was early on in the job, waiting for different materials needed to come in. There were delays with some of the vents for the penthouse area and some other material that didn't come in a timely fashion, so,
Makes sense, appreciate the clarification.
yeah.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item B is a certificate of completion consolidation for the roof replacement and roof penthouse/balcony repairs at the George H. Cartel Heights.
Motion to approve the certificate of completion.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor? Oh, any questions first? This is the certificate of completion of the same project we just spoke of. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Item C is permission to advertise for bids for an emergency facade repairs at the Frank B. Olivera Apartments.
Motion to give permission to advertise for the bids.
Second.
Any questions with regard to these repairs? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Item D is permission to advertise for bids for unit rehabilitation at Benny Costa Plaza, apartment number 301. This was due to the fire damage.
Motion to approve permission to advertise for bids for unit rehabilitation at Benny Costa Plaza, apartment 301.
Second.
Any questions with regard to this advertisement? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Item E is permission to advertise for bids for National Grid transformer replacement at the Edward F. Doolin Apartments.
I'll make a motion to approve permission to advertise for bids for N-Grid transformer.
Second.
Any questions with regard to this bid? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Item F is a contract award for the roof replacement at 9 and 21 Corbett Streets. This is the Chapter 689-1. It is EOHLC number 095165. The recommended action here is to award the contract to the low bidder.
Motion to approve the contract to the low bidder.
Second.
Any questions with regard to this contract award? This is a contract award to FGR Contractor Corporation in the amount of $39,715, contingent upon final review of the Executive Office of Housing and
Living communities.
Living Communities. I knew I would get to it. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Item 2 is miscellaneous. 2A is the private security services at Edward F. Dolan Apartments. The recommended action here is to continue security services at this site and permission to solicit new price quotes. So do I have a motion first, and then maybe Tim McCoy could give us some information on this?
Motion approved. Second.
Thank you. Tim?
Just as the board is aware, we solicited pursuant to a board vote on an emergency basis. We've had 2 extensions. The current one, arguably not quite 6 full months. I want to say it was technically 168 days. It expires the Saturday of Labor Day. We do 25 hours at about $912 a week at Doolin. It runs Tuesday to Saturday, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. I was also thinking of tweaking that also to maybe 6 to 11, maybe even 7 to 12. But the crucial thing is I wanted to reinvestigate as to whether the commissioners want to continue with this service that we provide for the tenants there. And I guess it's self-explanatory if you authorize me to get new quotes. I mean, because the quotes that were originally solicited are arguably, I guess, maybe a little over a year old. So I don't think we're in the range of where we would do a sealed bid, because we wouldn't exceed 50,000, but at least, you know, have me solicit quotes, hourly quotes from at least 3 vendors, same vendor, maybe low again, but again, I'd at least like a vote of the board if it's their desire to continue this contract over at Doolin.
Could I ask the question? So I know when we initially approved this, it was around activities that were present at the apartments, which, to my knowledge, many of those have been resolved. So do we feel, or do we know if there's still the need for this added security? Has there been any other activities happening there to warrant it?
I can't speak for everyone. So I know that there was an issue, and unfortunately it was a guard who was covering for someone who had a vacation day. An instance with a motorcycle or whatever, but again, as sometimes happen, the initial reports were a little bit naturally, you get the initial reports, you go to the property manager, and come to find out it wasn't necessarily exactly as portrayed. However, company was put on notice, and I was assured in writing via email that that individual who covered that particular day would not be back. Now, from what I understand, and I'm solely going by conversations, interaction with commissioners like yourself, Commissioner Medeiros, and others, that has appeared to subside. I do know that there was some, with coordination of Attorney Souza and the housing unit, that there has been some changes made over at Doolin. Maybe those changes affected in a positive way the residents that some of you folks would hear from, but I haven't heard anything as far as anything derogatory as far as the current state of affairs from the board in some time now. Actually, probably several months. So, but if it's the wishes of the board to continue, I just would like to know how you want to proceed. Obviously, too, I'm just throwing this out there. If the board is of the mindset collectively to take a bit of a break, that's also up to the board also. And then if for some reason, as we head into the winter months or the holiday season, whatever, or any period really, if for some reason you want to restart it, but that's kind of why we're here. I'm not getting it. I don't know if Attorney Souza or if the executive director can elaborate further other this incident, as I said, with a motorcycle, or that it revolved around a motorcycle. But the other recent event at feedback that I've received from Doolin was on a separate issue, nothing to do with the security of that company. It was with another contractor. So Again, I'm more than happy to solicit if we want to run it through Labor Day and put things on hold for a little bit, but that's basically why I'm back here. I'm looking for some direction.
Sure. Thank you.
Question, length of that contract? How long have we been?
Well, we added now, so I want to say, Commissioner, I thought we did, so initially, we probably did it for 6 months. Please don't quote me on this, and I can email you tomorrow. I think
You're
we
on
did a
film,
90.
you're quoted.
I think we did a 90-day, and now we're at roughly a 6-month. So I want to say we did a 6-month, and now we've gone another 9. And again, I don't know, obviously, I don't know what you folks are hearing, but I haven't received any feedback from any of the commissioners in at least probably 4 or 5 months, I would think.
Fair enough, I appreciate it. I think the lack of complaints, I guess, is the only way I can put it. It sounds like a terrible word, but complaints tells me that what we did was the right decision and it's working. And I would like to continue it until I have a longer length of time to prove that, like, hey, we got this,
Yep.
you know?
I guess,
but-
Commissioner, too, if I can interrupt you, it's impossible for me to quantify what's still going on there is also
I get
a
it, but-
deterrent to what's happening, or if it's a little bit redundant. That's what I can't really quantify.
No, I appreciate
But it has
that.
been quieter.
Which
I think-
tells me we made the right decision, and I'm willing to continue going forward with that decision.
I was going to bring up the same point, and just echo what Commissioner Burns has said. I think, you know, if it's not broke, why fix it? I think it has helped with the problems, some of the problems. There's still going to be more, but I say we should continue it. That's the feeling.
I'm in agreement. I think it should be continued. I'd like to maybe look at the hours that they're there, maybe shift it a little later.
Sure.
But I think we should
With the
go, and
board-
I'd like to see maybe a year contract instead of trying to do this every 6 months. I think it's hard enough to hire somebody to start with and then have to redo it every 6 months. So I'd like to see a year contract for somebody.
Sure. And if I can ask, does the board care? I mean, it would only be an hour or two tweaking of it, so, I mean, if the board wants to leave it up to me, that's fine, unless you have a hard, fast recommendation. But I was thinking that it probably is time, you know, to maybe go, again, 6 to 11 or 7 to 12 with those 5 hours.
Would that start immediately?
Well, as of after
As
September
Labor.
2nd, so the Tuesday after the holiday, Labor Day.
It's well lit there, right? At Doolin? The parking lot, stuff, the lights.
Yeah, and we have cameras, yeah.
Yep.
I would think that this would have been the time of year we should have tweaked it to go to the later hours because it's, you know, stays lighter.
Well,
longer.
even 1 hour at least would carry you
Yeah,
into that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed
know.
to that.
Because even with the darkness, I mean, you'd have to assume folks at supper time. And I
Right.
would think it'd be a little slower anyway, even for maybe even nefarious activities.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Everybody's gonna
That's
eat.
gonna happen
Everybody's gonna
anyway.
eat, so
Yeah.
maybe 6 to 11. You still have some of this daylight. I think we change mid-October, I think.
I know the residents feel a little better when they see the guard and, if, you know, they're coming home from work or coming home from shopping or whatever, and it's dark out.
And again, I can't quantify it, but the car with the binky light on top or whatever,
Yeah.
hopefully it's helped somewhat besides, again, some of the other efforts
Yeah.
to quell the issues there, you know?
Do you need a motion to continue security services? And then do you need a motion to solicit
I
the
think if
contract?
you
Are they
give me.
two
'cause-
separate motions?
Yeah, I would think so, because.
Well, the other
if-
one, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm
whatever-
sorry.
well, really,
If
again,
Commissioner
whatever-
Bentley is suggesting a 1 year, that's gonna take you a little bit more
Sure.
time.
Yeah.
If this one's expiring in 2 weeks, basically. So I think
Two motions.
I think we need a motion to,
A motion to continue
Continue the
services, and then a
services
separate motion
and-
to seek
exactly.
out a 1-year.
Commissioner advertised for a
Right.
year contract.
Right.
Second one.
all right, so let's do the first one first one.
I'll make a motion to continue security services at Doolin.
Okay, and a second.
I'll make a motion to solicit.
Wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. So we have a motion to continue the services at Doolin,
Second.
and I have a second. I have a first and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Do I have a motion to go out for bid for a 1-year contract for security services at Doolin?
I will make a motion to go out for bids for a one-year security contract at Doolin Apartments.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Got that, Martha?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next is item 3 on the agenda. It's the personnel matters. The first one is the retirement of an employee. It's the recommended action to accept disability retirement of Jeffrey Estrella. He's a maintenance mechanic, and is that date right? Effective May 22nd, 21?
Yeah, this has been going on. for a
Okay,
long
I
time.
just wanted to make
Yes.
sure that was correct. May 22nd, 21,
Disability process takes way too long, so
apparently.
I will put forward a motion to accept the retirement of Jeffrey Estrella.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item B is the resignation of an employee. It's to accept the resignation of Ruth Andrino? Andino, okay, sorry. Clerk interviewer, effective July 10th, 2023.
Motion to accept the resignation of Ruth Andino.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item C is the resignation of an employee. It's to accept the resignation of Vanessa Cooper, clerk interviewer, effective July 14th, 2023.
I'll make a motion to accept the resignation of Vanessa Cooper.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
D, do I have to do these individually?
Clerk interviews, we do.
No, the next is
No,
the
D,
permanency.
the permanent
Can she do them as a
positions.
group?
She can if the board is in agreement that all of them will be accepted.
And we're just ratifying their permanent
Permanent
status,
status, which you already did ratify, you already ratified the
Temporary.
the positions, right, exactly. Sorry, I needed clarification. So item D, does anyone have, item D is the permanent employee status for these 8 individuals. Does anyone have any one of them that they want to pull out and discuss separately, or?
I need to abstain from number 2 on the list.
Right.
Oh, yes, you do now, don't you? Okay.
I don't know if you want to take the other ones as a group, but I will abstain from number 2.
So I'll take number 2 first. So, okay, does that make sense? So
Yes.
do we have a motion to ratify Elizabeth Burns as the Director of Human Resources?
Motion to ratify Elizabeth Burns.
Second.
Thank you. Martha, do I need a roll call?
Sure. Commissioner Underhill?
Yes.
Commissioner Maderas?
Yes.
Commissioner Bentley?
Yes.
Chairwoman Sahadi?
Yes. And Commissioner Burns abstained.
Yes. Commissioner Burns abstained.
The remaining employees for ratification are 1, Timothy Burke, Associate Director of Property Management; 2, Jason Forcia, Director of Maintenance; 3, Todd Benavides, Director of Maintenance; 4, Mark Silva, Maintenance Foreman/Leader; 5, Kevin Rodericks, Maintenance Foreman/Leader; 6, Francisco Di Lembo, Maintenance Mechanic 1/floater; and number 7, Desi Perez, Section 8 Receptionist. Do I have a motion to ratify their permanent status?
Motion to approve their permanent status.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please, Martha.
Commissioner Burns?
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill?
Yes.
Commissioner Bentley?
Yes.
Commissioner Maderas?
Yes.
Chairwoman Sahadi?
Yes. Item E is the clerk interviewer position. There are 2 ratifications here. The first one is Sheanne LaBerge. Do I have a motion to ratify the appointment of Sheanne LaBerge as a clerk interviewer?
Motion to ratify the appointment of Cheyenne LaBerge.
Second.
Martha?
Commissioner Maderas?
Yes.
Commissioner Burns?
Yes.
Commissioner Bentley?
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill?
Yes.
Chairwoman Sahadi?
Yes. Same position, clerk interviewer. Second individual is Helora Silva. Ratify the appointment for the clerk interviewer position.
Motion to ratify the appointment.
Second.
Commissioner Burns?
Yes.
Commissioner Bentley?
Yes.
Commissioner Maderas?
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill?
Yes.
Chairwoman Zahadi?
Yes. And item F is the work order facilities coordinated job description. That is in your packet. Do we have a motion to approve this job description? It's a union position.
Motion to approve job description.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions with regard to this particular job description? Is this a new job description that's been tweaked?
No.
No, okay. So it's a new position? Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That is the end of our regular agenda. The next item is executive session. This is a personnel matter. It's anticipated executive session pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A1. It's to discuss discipline or dismissal of, or complaints or charges against a public officer, employee, staff member, or individual. I recommend that we go into executive session for this matter.
Motion to go into executive session.
Second.
Commissioner Burns?
Yes.
Commissioner Maderas?
Yes.
Commissioner Bentley?
Yes.
Commissioner Underhill?
Yes.
Chairwoman Zahadi?
Yes,
I'm gonna say it's
So
6:10.
is there a motion to go come out of executive session?
we did.
Okay, motion was made.
We made a motion, yes,
I
to
make a
come out of
motion to come out
executive
of
session.
executive session.
We did.
Second.
And,
All in favor?
Aye.
David Underhill
Aye.
seconded it.
Yeah, all in favor?
So now we are
Aye.
back in open session.
Yes. So we're back in open session.
So with regard to the executive session personnel matter, Chairwoman
Attorney Souza?
Zahadi, basically, we've come to an agreement where there would be an in-house agreement made between that particular employee, so the issue has been resolved in-house.
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
Good job, guys.
Thank you.